I have a new house. That's been like everything. Got a couch finally. Thanksgiving just happened. It was only like my brother and one other person, and kind of just focusing on swim university, brew cabin, money lab, like my brands. But like, what did I just do? I just did something. Oh, I just released a course. So that was like, I was like, I did something that was like pretty
Pretty
long and
big.
and time consuming. So yeah, I just did a YouTube course for Money Lab. So that was
Right
fun.
on. Well, it's cool to see that come out. I love courses myself, and we're going to dig into a bunch of stuff today. And I know some people, it takes a few minutes for folks to jump on live, but for the people that don't know you at all, what do you do in a little background? So you mentioned a couple brands that you're a part of, but yeah, what are you all about?
I guess what I do, like my actual job, is I own a site called Swim University, and I teach people how to take care of their pools and hot tubs through blog posts, videos. We have a YouTube channel. We do have a podcast too, but it's kind of short. It's just got one series podcast and it's done. Yeah, so we're just kind of this like little media company, just me and Steph and one other person, and so university pretty much makes the bulk of the money, and then we have Money Lab, which is sort of the byproduct of everything. So I've built multiple brands over the years. The ones that I have currently are Swim University, Money Lab, and Brew Cabin, which you mentioned. 2019 was what happened. It just like we were there was a bunch of like turning points for Swim University, but you know, it's at one point we were trying to make this like massive media company where I had like a ton of writers and we, you know, we were trying to put out a lot of content and trying to like really make a big swimming pool company. And then it became like you start to learn things about yourself as a business owner. Like I tend to be a creative person. I like being in my little bubble and I like creating things that are good. You know, like I put a lot of pride into my work. But when you're forced to manage other people to crank out stuff that is fine, it's good. I just lost that sense of like this isn't mine anymore. This is everyone's, and we're all collectively like want this thing to succeed, which is great. But I didn't have the same compassion and care for it that I used to. And then like so I had talked to my editor in chief about it, and she agreed, and we sort of like it was just me and her kind of doing the like she was doing all the writing, and we kind of let go of everybody else because it was like I think the two of us can really take this thing to the next level. Meaning like, we wanted to be self-sufficient, we wanted to stand the test of time. What I was trying to do always was sort of shift away from affiliate marketing, not in the sense that I'm giving it up, but to sort of like make sure that I have I had three revenue streams when I started Swim University, and it was affiliate marketing, it was sponsorships, like in the form of banner ads and those things, but like direct sales, so I would sell them, and then products. But we only had one product at the time, and it was an ebook, and it was like $19, and I knew and it was selling relatively well, but I knew that that's really where I wanted to go. And what I hated doing was sponsorships. I absolutely hated selling sponsorships. And I tried to hire people to do it for me, and that wasn't working. And so I ended up just saying like no to it. I'm like, we're just not going to be this type of website. And plus, it felt better because then it truly is an unbiased like resource, and there's no like I didn't have to write content because a publisher or because a manufacturer who's a sponsor is like, you really should have a post on this product, which is their product. And I'm like, well, I don't really need to. And so like, I just kind of said no to that. But we lost money because we just were like, let's just cut that out. And then affiliate marketing was doing really well, but I was always fearful of it because it's, especially with Amazon, because it's like, well, if Amazon has one board meeting that you're not a part of, which they did twice in the last like 3 years, yeah, you kind of like lose money as a business. So it's not a good place to like stake your business on. And so like during all that time, I was working on like building my own products and like building up the website to get, and deleting a lot of content that I thought was good because it was getting us traffic, but it wasn't getting us sales because it just didn't fit the thing that we were trying to sell. And to kind of explain that a little bit further, I wrote a post on how to properly have sex in a hot tub because it was a very popular keyword if you look it up for pretty obvious reasons. And so
Image search, turn that on.
image search, right? Exactly. So, but then I was like, okay, we ranked number one for it, like over Cosmopolitan, which is like exactly what I wanted. Unfortunately, literally anyone can have sex in a hot tub. You don't actually have to own one. And so like the people that were visiting that page weren't necessarily buying the products we were selling because we weren't selling like waterproof condoms, for example. So it was like that was a moment where I was like, I have this really huge article that brings in a lot of traffic, but it doesn't bring in any money, so I'm just going to delete it. And when I started deleting content and like kind of saying like, what is it that Swim University does, and getting very clear on like, who are we? What is our purpose here? And what are we trying to do? And it's like, okay, we are a website that helps people take care of their pools and hot tubs. So you better own a pool or a hot tub, or else why the hell would you be on Swim University? And then if you do own a pool and a hot tub, then the products that we sell make sense to you. You're a perfect fit. It took a lot of just like editing, optimizing, building of products, and eventually this year, because of Amazon taking away everyone's, commissions, we were able to surpass the amount of money we make with our products over affiliate marketing. It's always been 70% comes from affiliate marketing, 30% comes from our products. This year, it actually flipped. It was 70% came from our products, 30% from Amazon, and we made more than we did the year before. So that was in 2020, but all the work was really done in 2018, 2019 to kind of gear up to this moment. 2019 specifically is when we moved. We were selling everything on our website. I had developed our own like storefront to sell using a bunch of like plugins, specifically easy digital downloads, and it was working. But then I'm always trying to simplify my processes all the time. And somebody turned me on to Podia, and I started using that. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh, this is so much easier. This is really up my alley. I started using it, and I saw sales go up simply from switching over because it just became easier for people to buy, and everything just became more clear. And so that was in mid 2019. I did that August of 2019. And so that set up the groundwork for 2020 being an absolutely like killer year for product sales because like the pieces were in place.